Thank you for inviting me to address you at this time of the year when we honor whistleblowers and the important contribution that whistleblowers make to transparency and to good government. Last year, I began my remarks with a look back at the progress that we've made for whistleblower rights and protections over the last few decades. This year, I'd like to focus on what we're working to achieve going forward. There are several pieces of legislation that I'm working on this Congress that will strengthen existing whistleblower laws. One of those bills relates to money laundering. As many of you know, back in 2020, Congress passed the first ever anti-money laundering whistleblower program. Under this reward-based program, whistleblowers who provide actionable information to the government that exposes money laundering may receive a percentage of the funds recovered as a result of their disclosures. While an important step forward, the current program has issues. First, there's no minimum award amount, so the government isn't obligated to pay whistleblowers anything at all, even if the information the whistleblower provides leads to a successful enforcement action. Second, the program doesn't provide the Treasury Department with a mechanism to pay whistleblowers and instead relies on yearly congressional appropriations. My bill addresses all of these issues. It raises the cap on whistleblower rewards from 25% to 30%, and it sets a 10% base minimum on rewards to ensure that if the government collects as a result of the whistleblower disclosure, the whistleblower isn't left holding the short end of the stick. It also establishes a funding mechanism to ensure that the Treasury Department has funds readily available to pay whistleblowers independent of congressional appropriations. These improvements will ensure that whistleblowers have the confidence to come forward and assist law enforcement in cracking down on money laundering. My bill also establishes new whistleblower protections. Current whistleblower laws don't offer anything to whistleblowers who report violations of sanctions like those placed on Russian oligarchs following Putin's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. That's a very missed opportunity. I have it on good authority that there are whistleblowers who might have come forward to report money laundering associated with the Russians if only a whistleblower protection and reward system were in place to cover their disclosures. My bill fills the gap by expanding the list of covered disclosures to include international anti-money laundering laws, including sanctions targeting Russian oligarchs. Another issue that we're currently taking on relates to the FBI whistleblower protections. For years, the FBI has argued that the FBI and the Justice Department should retain tight control over FBI whistleblower retaliation cases. The FBI has its own separate whistleblower law that leaves authority for settling whistleblower retaliation complaints to the FBI and to the Justice Department. In 2016, I led an effort to update the FBI whistleblower program. And in that year, Congress made important improvements to the program, expanding the list of people to whom FBI agents could make disclosures. But the Department of Justice fought tooth and nail against another important change that I introduced, which allowed for outside judicial review of FBI whistleblower retaliation cases. This Congress, I've been leading an effort to pass another update to the FBI whistleblower program. My bill will allow the FBI employees to appeal their whistleblower retaliation cases to the Merit System Protection Board. This gives those whistleblowers that outside review by a neutral third party that is so very, very important to protect whistleblowers. The bill also includes a kick-out provision, meaning that if the FBI and the DOJ don't act in a timely manner, the whistleblower can take their cases straight to the Merit System Protection Board. I'm also working on legislation that will strengthen the IRS whistleblower program. I wrote the law improving the IRS whistleblower program and establishing the IRS whistleblower office back in the year 2006. Since that time, the program has been a great success, resulting in more than $6 billion saved for the taxpayers. My IRS Whistleblower Program Improvement Act, which I introduced last year, includes several provisions that strengthen the program, including providing additional protections to whistleblowers who appeal their cases to the tax court. It also exempts whistleblower awards from budget sequestration, ensuring whistleblowers receive the full amount that they're owed. So there you have it all. Those are just some of the legislative initiatives that I'm working on now to ensure that whistleblowers remain protected as they should be protected. I want you to know that I appreciate your support for this important legislation, and more importantly, how you support whistleblowers. Whistleblowers certainly need many advocates, just as many as they can get. So keep up the good work. And as this Congress comes to a close, let's continue to work together as we build on past successes and further strengthen the country's whistleblower protection laws.